a thought comes. So you should know how to process these thoughts. Otherwise, you will be stuck not knowing what to do with it. Because you see something, you might get worried, oh, I saw something. Seeing is not a problem. Identifying is not a problem. So those are the things that you need to know, right? People identify. Tathagatayan Vahanse identified Vishaka, identified Sariputyan, identified Rahula Kumara, right? So identifying is not a problem. Raga, Dvesha, Moha, attaching with Raga, Dvesha, Moha is the problem. So this, when you know properly, it's easier to meditate. You will know, okay, I heard a sound, and then you understood. Oh, you identified. It was a noise. It was a child. It was a kid screaming or something or crying. That's fine. There's no raga, dvesha, moha. You only identified, right? So these are the things that you need to know. So moving on to the vipaka world. The vipaka world, now panchaskandha world, you have rupa, vedana, sanya, sankara, vijnana. Then the ayatana, you have the same, as in the chakku, rupa, sota, saddha, ghana, gandha, jivha, rasa, kaya, pottabba, mano, dhamma. And then the dhatu, you have the patta, vyapu, tejo, vayo, akasa, vijnana. And also there is a physical world, right? Maybe Janit, you can help me with this as well actually. Satta pudgala dravya vastu, right? So there are 4 satta pudgala dravya vastu. The human element is the satta pudgala, and then the dravya vastu are the physical objects, the objects outside, right? So materials and objects and the human element, yes, beings. But how are beings different from sattva? We know what sattva is, sattvaya. But I don't know if you can find separate words for each and everything, but we'll see how it goes, right? So looking at the panchaskandha world and the panchopadana skandha, right? So you know how rupa, vedana, sanya, sankara, vijnana, if you attach with lobha, dvesha, moha, alobha, desha, amoha, or raga, dvesha, moha, right, then it becomes rupa upadana skandha, vedana upadana skandha, sanya, sankara, vijnana upadana skandha. So that is what the upadana skandha means, right? And then with the same, if you attach with the ayatana, there are no separate words. Even though for the panchaskandha you have upadana skandha, but for the ayatana it's the same words they've used to, right? And for the dhatu world it's the same thing. It's just upadana. You attach with raga, dvesha, moha. And then the sattva, pudgala, dravya, vastu, pudgala. So the beings, and the vastu. So you make it mine basically. What happens is there is a person or there is an object, you attach with it, and then you make it mine. You try to make it mine, and then materials and objects, yeah, and then you try to take it as yours, which will create the problem, right? So that is what you need to understand. Why not panchaskandha? Okay, so in the Girimananda Sutra, when we looked at the sanya, dasa sanya, we looked at anicca sanya, right? Then panchaskandha, we said we have to see anicca in the panchaskandha. In the panchopadana skandha, you have to aniccanupassi viharati. So that is what they explained. So anicca, seeing anicca and aniccanupassi are 2 different things. So you can't in the panchaskandha you can only see the anicca in it, but you can't do anything about it because it's vipaka. It's there already. So there is nothing you can do about the Panchaskandha. The Pancha Upadanaskandha is what you are creating on top of it. So that is the only thing that you can do something about it, right? So that is why Aniccanuwa Pahakaran in Sinhala says Aniccanuwa Pahakaran. So that means you look at it, look at the Anicca Dukkha Anatta, you contemplate the Anicca Dukkha Anatta, and then you stop the roaming around. Upadana, right? You stop the roaming around. So roaming around is the Rodha. Rodha is roaming around. So Nirodha is Niruddha, right? You're stopping the roaming around. What we normally do is when we see something from the six senses, we roam around, we go behind it. Because of avidya, trishna, right? We go roaming around because we think that's valuable, that's important to us. So we go behind things. But now we stop the roaming. So that is the Nirodha.